This one I'm shooting from the hip. So I seen stuff like Magpie Games, Fate, Pathfinder, Starfinder talk about like how they went through 8 months of inventory in like weeks. A couple of them I seen, they were saying how they literally had their best and in sales quadrupled in January. I know Pathfinder, Starfinder, they were talking about they went through 8 months of stuff, I think in the span of like a month or two. Like I said, some places quadrupled. There's even more. I can't even think of all of them right now because I don't have the article in front of me because right now I am moving and shaking. So, Kyle Brink on some podcast thing comes out and says about, because I watched it, I saw the video itself because people started posting it, where he said like how like D&D has always been viewed as a few white guys in their basement, and how that's not true. And as time has progressed, it's been less and less true. Even though Stranger Things shows there's more than white people that play it, and he was like, white guys like myself can't get out fast enough. Okay. Or can't get out the game fast enough. I may be paraphrasing. But like I said, there is other places that used to get the crumbs when Dungeons & Dragons and Wizards of the Coast had it. You had this OGL debacle that started getting people to do this. The reason why I played D&D was because of my white friends who introduced me to the game. Because their race didn't matter. My one friend just wanted to play, so he learned how to be a DM and he played. I have played with my other friend who is like a brother to me, who we're just that close. He's white. I don't care. And the fact, I think he was talking more about, like, I do think that maybe he might have been talking more about getting more people, of diversity in there. But here's where the problem comes in. Nobody was worried about that stuff until you started caring about this stupid stuff. And now you're ruining your company. Your company is now hurting bad. And you put a lot of money into that new Honor Amongst Thieves. Now, here's the thing. I told my friends before, I'm not playing D&D anymore. If I ever did, I would play maybe Gamma World, which was cool. Or maybe 4th edition or a previous edition. Some people like 3rd, some people, But anything new, I'm not interested. For one, I have played 5e. My friend, he was into it. I don't really. If you give me a choice, and I prefer 4th edition, personally. I just like 4th edition better. But I didn't hate 5e. 5e had some good stuff to it, but it started, becoming more and more fan servicey versus D&D-ish or whatever. But hey, look, you were growing. But now you're saying I want white people to leave. I'm sick of that, because even if he meant it in the sense that he kind of meant it more like he wanted more diversity, take that statement and change it to, I want all black people to leave this game. See, that's how you know when something is like a prejudice statement. If you can take the opposite or the opposing thing that they're saying that they are against and put it in there, and now it kind of feels uncomfortable or problematic, as some people like to say, then that turns around and tells you that what you said is actually wrong. And this is a racially driven statement. You don't need white people to leave a game. First off, the majority of the country in the United States of America is white. So when you're sitting there saying white guys, you're actually cutting out a huge portion of your demographic, number one. Number two, congratulations. You have now created so much competition for yourself. I don't think you're ever going to fully recover. Because, like I said, if it's an older edition, I'll play an older edition. Maybe. As long as I don't have to purchase it through that. I'll purchase off of, if my friends or something did it, I'll be like, let's buy it off of eBay or something where someone else already had it. So that way, Wizards may have gotten that one pay, but they're not getting the other. I don't want them to get that money. Because this whole, well, we gotta say orcs are racist. Why did you even worry about it? Why didn't you just keep playing? Because here's the other goofy thing. Most people, the main campaigns that I played in with my friends, what ended up happening with them, they just changed the rules and house ruled it. The original Dungeons and Dragons was used as a guideline. You made up your own rules, your own world. And outside of Gamma World, and even Gamma World, he still created his own world. I think that's the closest time I could think of that we actually played a D&D campaign that close. And he had other campaigns and stuff that we could play too that I was totally into. And if he was like, hey, let's go play this, I may do it. It's just that right now I really have trouble dedicating time to playing a tabletop at the moment. But if I did, I'd be like, nah, let's play a different campaign. Let's play a different thing. I don't want to play D&D stuff anymore. Like, even if that came out wrong, it doesn't matter. The fact is that attacking white males because the thought is this. Okay. And there was a time where people associated football with men, but I know women who like football. Nobody cares. Just because it's associated, or the idea is associated with it, does not stop me as a black man or anybody else, or my friend's girlfriend, or my other friend and his wife, or their kids, or my friend and his kids, or anybody else from playing the game. I don't sit there and think, man, there's a lot of white people here. You know what I'm thinking about? Am I going to be a half-orc ranger, or am I going to be maybe a barbarian? Or, hey, maybe I'll try magic this time. Sometimes it gets annoying to keep up with, but I played a wizard before, it was good. Or maybe I'll be a dwarf. I'm not sitting there thinking, oh, are they black or white or blah, 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 blah. And the fact that they pulled that OGL thing, trying to steal people's content so they can make money off of it and screw them out of the money, no. And I heard that the magic people are upset too. No. It's time for wizards to fall. All of these companies, if you're going to sit there and do all this virtue signaling and we need to get rid of white guys, okay, then exit yourself out. Because that's the other funny thing. I keep seeing all of these companies. Have you noticed this? All of these companies keep going, oh, we got to get the white guys out. We got to get the white people out. We got to get this. We got to get that. But the people who are saying it don't remove themselves from the situation normally. Now, you get a few. Tim Seeley, he did his. And I don't think it's necessary that they should. But if you're going to sit there and tell everybody how they need to get rid of white people, how they need to get rid of these people, how they need to get rid of them. Okay, this goes for Disney and everyone. Why aren't you getting rid of yourself? Why don't you take one of those people that you're virtual signaling and saying, hey, you're in charge now. I'm done. Is it interesting they won't do that? He said, because he pretty much said, you can't get white guys like himself out fast enough. Okay, quit, leave. But see, they won't do that. That's how you know the conviction of what they say is not true and they're virtue signaling. Because if you're going to speak it, then live it. Because the fact that you just said something like that, I have friends and everything who play these games and stuff, and they are Caucasian, and you're going to sit here and tell me that they shouldn't be able to play the game, or they need to get away from the game now because of the color of their skin? Oh, no. I will not be doing it. I'm glad I pulled my D&D Beyond subscription and the whole 9. I'm done with Dungeons and Dragons. I have my Drakenheim thing. I'll find a system. If I do get to play again, I'll take a system for anything that I can have, that I have or my friends have, that we could put together or play something else. I don't care. I do not want to play any more Dungeons and Dragons anything. I was upset because I kind of wanted them to come out with like a D&D video game that was kind of like a World of Warcraft kind of thing. I'm talking where you could create the things and they could make up a lore and everything. I don't even want that no more. I don't even care if they come out with a good one. I'm just done with it. And the fact that Wizards of the Coast does all this and Hasbro is just sitting there just shrugging their shoulders is embarrassing. So I don't like that he said that. And like I said, the only thing that's benefiting, I'm seeing a ton of companies, they're talking about they're starting to see record profits. People are pulling their stuff and paying them. Also, too, a lot of them apparently have digital things that Wizards didn't supply, but now people are starting to see like, oh, well, the digital interface that I wanted is right here. So there you go. So if you wanted to make a new competition and have more people play tabletop games, but play these different games, and trust me, I know there's some systems out there. I've seen them. Some of them on Kickstarter. I've seen a couple on Indiegogo where people make entire campaigns off of the 5e rule set, and then they're like, use all our stuff. I just saw one recently where it looks like it's a fantasy world, but in the future, but like the earth got overturned by like grass or something, or like some kind of darkness came through and it like overgrew the vegetation. But no matter what, whatever happened, you pretty much, it's a 5e setup, but they don't use anything else out of 5e besides the core, the core rules and setup. Everything else from characters, all that stuff is completely theirs now. So, good job, Wizards of the Coast. This guy, the fact that Kyle Brink has said this and thought it was a great idea, I think is ridiculous. And the fact that he, now some people are like, it's not a racial statement. Okay, he literally said he wants white guys like himself to can't get out the game fast enough. Now, like I said, he could have meant something else. I think he might have, watching it. To be fair, no, but at the end of the day, he pretty much said, and the way you can interpret it is by what he said. Because I'm tired of people going, well, they really meant that. No, he said that you can't get white guys like myself out of this game fast enough. So, what I hear is, you want all white people to leave the game and only have people of color and other genders and everything play it, but you want all the straight white males to leave. Or the white males leave. He didn't say straight. So, just white males leave, which makes it even worse. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think. This started with the orcs as racist, and then now I haven't really talked about the OGL thing, just because there's a lot of videos I'm still editing that are old that you probably see me post up. So, and I was like, I know somewhat about the OGL, but let's see what this pans out. But the OGL thing is garbage. This whole system is garbage, and I don't really care if they shut down. And trust me, if you look right now, go on Amazon, go anywhere, and look up the Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves. Just type it in. You will see, or just Google, like, merch. You will see a ton of merch. I'm talking prequel books, toys, all this stuff. All of this stuff prior to this movie coming out. And this stuff has been there since last year, because I've seen it. Because I showed my friend. So, they're banking on this movie to blow it out the water. Now, I'm still going to probably see the D&D movie. If you do not want to, I'm totally fine with that. Now, Hasbro, some people might be like, why? Because I'm just interested in seeing the movie. I'll probably see like a $5 showing or something like that. I'm also curious about the thing. Now, my one friend's like, oh, the actors. I'm like, the actors get paid no matter what. I'm curious about what they do because I'm still excited to see these things come on screen. But their main bread and butter is the tabletop games. Don't get it twisted. It's not like Marvel where their main bread and butter is their movies, not their comic books. It's the opposite way. The tabletop stuff, buying all the books and all that, that's where their money is. So even if they get money for this, it's not going to be where it needs to be for them. So you tell me what you think. I think this was a bonehead thing to say, and I completely understand if people don't want to play it. I completely understand if people don't want to see the movie. I'm not touching pretty much any more D&D stuff besides what I have already. I have some D&D merch. It is what it is. Geek Protagonists, you stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. See ya.